What's up all? Thanks for joining me again for another video reissue of an old Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk column. This week we will be revisiting with the awesome amphibious amigo of the turtles, Genghis Frog. Genghis is one of the four punk frogs, along with Attila the Frog, Napoleon Bonafrog, and Rasputin the Mad Frog. In the 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, these four frogs from Florida were mutated to humanoid form by the same mutagen that created the Ninja Turtles. Initially, the punk frogs sided with Shredder, who would convince them that he was a hero fighting the tyrannical turtles. However, after eventually seeing Shredder for the shrewd shyster he is, the punk frogs made peace with the Green Teens, and the eight became fast friends. The 1987 cartoon would be the only series in which the punk frogs appeared. In 1989, Genghis Frog became one of the only two punk frogs to get an action figure. The first things one probably notices when seeing Genghis Frog are his loud, bright colors, which surely grab the attention of kids browsing the toy aisles. The grinning Genghis's skin has a bumpy texture to give it a warty appearance. As you would expect from any Florida surfer dude from the 80s, Genghis comes clad in an unbuttoned blue Aloha shirt with yellow markings, as well as a pair of yellow and maroon jams. Around his neck and left wrist, Genghis wears his yellow swamp-made swag, and on his right wrist, he sports a maroon watch. Genghis Frog has two ball-jointed hips, as well as circular rotation for his two shoulders and wrists. Like a lot of the characters from the first line, Genghis has a hunchbacked posture. Because of this, his head does not move left and right quite like other figures. You can only rotate his head so far in either direction before you start to turn his head upside down. His feet are on the flimsy side, so you will have to be careful when standing him up. Now for my favorite part, the accessories. Genghis Frog's gear includes his beach bandolier, 4 cola can grenades, radical razor-sharp boogie board, surfing shades, and tongue gun. The beach bandolier is a black belt that has 4 slots to hold each of Genghis's cola can grenades. Genghis can easily hold his grenades in either of his hands, but like I mentioned with Ace Duck's egg grenades, these are parts that can get lost pretty easily, so unless I'm actually playing with them, the grenades stay safely in the bandolier. The radical razor-sharp boogie board serves as a shield for Genghis. The boogie board has a handle on the top side that slides perfect into either of his hands, enabling him to wield it defensively while attacking with his tongue gun. The tongue gun is exactly what it sounds like, a handgun with a protruding tongue. The gun barrel has a pair of lips on the end. The tongue can slide back and forth through the lips by pushing and pulling on the other end of the plastic tongue part coming out of the back of the gun. This creates the effect of the tongue extending out of the gun to give the Foot Clan a much-deserved tongue lashing. The surfing shades that Genghis Frog comes with do rest nicely on his head if you are simply standing him up. Unfortunately, the shades can also be another easily lost part as they do not snap on, hug his face, or do anything else to stay put. So if you're planning to play around with Genghis, put his shades in a safe place first. It's kind of a pain, but not really a big deal. After all, frogs don't have ears, so I guess it's all one can expect. Got any new thoughts of your own now that you've seen Genghis Frog in video format? Well, I'm not a hard guy to find over at the forums at www.radicalretro.com. Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk is a part of the Pop Culture Network, which is home to a slew of awesome video, audio, and written series on toys, TV and film, comics, wrestling, and everything else you love. It's also home to an excellent store chock full of geeky goods that you know you've just gotta get right now. Thanks for revisiting with Genghis and me, and we'll see you next time on Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk. Stay rad, all.